I'm sorry, Mimi. I wanted to make sure that it said Aries, August 2021 at the top. I should have just pinned it. I didn't realize I could do that. I'm sorry, Mimi. But hello, honey. Thank you for coming in. Did you get a notification that fast? Hey, Rosa. Oh, great, great. Hey, Mercy. Hi. So I figured I'd come on and get one of the videos done. I'm not feeling so great today, but I'm getting better. Getting better. Aries rising. Cool. No, I'm sorry, Leo. I'm not feeling so well today. So I'm just trying to get at least one done to accomplish something. I haven't even had dinner yet, and it's 7:05. Matter of fact, I haven't had lunch yet, and it's 7:05. I've been laying down all day, just not feeling so great. Thank you, Darcy. I think my potassium was really low, so I took a potassium pill and ate a banana and drank some orange juice. I think I was a little dehydrated too for the last few days, just being in the heat constantly looking for a car, all the anxiety, all that stuff. I think that's what it was. So, anyway. Well, I'm not feeling low. Mentally, I feel great, like wishing I could do more. Physically, I just don't feel good. Mentally, I feel great. Physically, not good. Thank you, Rosa. Yeah, I wish. I wish buttons can't do it. And my daughter's away, far away from here, hours away. Oh, good. You got it. Thank you, Lisa. Good. All right. So I'm going to get started. I'm not going to take long because this way here, anybody can replay it. If they come in late, they can replay it. So I got triggered to do Aries. I was thinking about all the signs and thinking about the month of August and asking what messages are coming through or what situations are happening or what's going on. So here we go. So this is, in fact, Aries for August 2021. So Aries, we're going to start off with your emotions first. A lot of you Aries, and some of you, this may sound familiar to you. You might have heard it on TikTok. You might have heard it on somewhere, Instagram, whatever. But it is true that Aries, I feel your sadness. I feel your anxiety. I feel your disappointment. And it could be why I'm not feeling so great, because your energy, Aries, is really strong. A lot of you, Aries, have not found your significant other at this point in time. A lot of you, Aries, thought you did at one point in time. But the universe kind of showed you that maybe you didn't. A lot of you, Aries, talk about your tears, talk about your pain, you talk about your emotions, you talk about your trust issues, you talk about never finding another person that is going to make you feel the way you thought you felt. See, Aries was in a delusional state of mind, kind of, because you were creating this situation, you were creating this relationship, so to speak, that technically didn't exist. And what I mean by that is the love, the loyalty, the emotions that you had for this person were in fact real as shit. Real as shit. Starting off here with the Eight of Pentacles, it shows that you put the work in and you meant business. See, when they first came to you, Aries, when they first came to you with that offer, they began hanging around, spending a lot of time, texting, contacting, communicating, calling, visiting, whatever. They appeared to be so handsome. There was something about them that just really knocked you off your feet. It got to a point, Aries, where you got disappointed because your antennas were up. They were speaking to you, telling you something, or texting you something, whichever way you communicated, and you didn't quite believe something they said. It sounded like they were making up an excuse. It sounded like they had something better to do. Maybe they canceled on you. Maybe they just never showed up. A lot of you at that point in time had a decision to make, a difficult, challenging, stressful decision. But a lot of you Aries wanted love so badly. You wanted this to be it. You wanted this to be the one. You didn't want to have to start over again. It's like, no, I'll just hang in there because it's just easier just to hang in there. So I'm going to stick with this one. I'm going to mark the spot. I'm going to mark that person. I'm going to put an X on their back. That's the one I want. I've made up my mind. Somebody may have told you something. Wasn't exactly what you wanted to hear, was it? Somebody may have spread some rumors, or rumors may have gotten to you one way or the other. A lot of you may have questioned your partner about this. Some of you kept silent. You didn't want to ruffle any feathers. You wanted to wait to see if this was true. You wanted to see if you could find out. So you began your own investigation. It was so itchy. Oh, I didn't take my Claritin. You began your own investigation. For some of you, during this time period, now this could already happened to you, Aries, or this is coming up in the month of August. Follow me along. If it's already happened, keep following with me. And if it hasn't happened, I pray it doesn't, but pay attention. Maybe you'll get a heads up. So after a lot of BS, after something's happened a couple different times, whether it's canceling, whether you caught them cheating, whether you caught them lying, whether they started being sneaky, whether they started hiding their phone, locking their phone, not bringing their phone in or whatever, turning off the ringers, whatever they were doing, it made you feel like you had no other choice. You started feeling trapped. You started feeling like, oh God, I don't know what to do. You might have talked to different friends and got different answers, which always helps to get you more confused. But we do that. I do that. You do that. For some of you, you started concentrating on what you had, on what you were currently dealing with, on the good things. That, oh man, you were searching and looking so hard just to find the good things. Well, let me just focus on the good things. Again, the delusion started to make yourself believe that you were happy. Well, they actually came over, or they spent the night, or they bought me dinner, or they bought me breakfast, they brought me a coffee. That makes me happy. So you're going to turn this little good deed into a big, big deed, as if they did something amazingly wonderful, to erase the bad things, the negative things, the toxic things that they did. Well, I already told them how I felt. I already told them that I knew something. And I already told them that I'm not going to put up with this. I was adamant. I'm not going to put up with this shit. So if you're cheating on me, then I'm done. I'm done. I'm not doing this. I'm not going to talk to you. I'm going to punish you. Now I'm going to play the role of a mother. I'm going to punish you, bad boy or bad girl. I'm going to punish you. You're being a mother or you're being a father. You're going to teach them a lesson, so to speak. Well, I'll fix them. I just won't sleep with them for a few days or a few weeks. I just won't talk to them. Now you've opened the door for the other person who you were worried about them being with. Now you've made it very convenient. And meanwhile, they're out having a good time and you're awake half the night. Maybe some of you all night. Exactly. But this is what happened. Your heart got broken. You started missing them. You started wanting to fix it. You were hoping to hear from them. You were hoping they'd text you. You were hoping they'd say they're sorry, right? They owed you, legitimately, or they owe you, legitimately, an apology. Aries, either you or them have plenty of options, but you don't care because all these options don't impress you. It's not the one you wanted. They're not the one you wanted. Maybe for your partner, they had options. And they looked at them all to be the same, like a dime a dozen. Or all these girls at the bar, they're all the same. All these girls over here, they're all the same. Somebody's full of their ego really bad. Somebody needs to be humbled. So then, some of you heard from them. They made a decision. They reached out. You thought it was going to be different. You want to know what you're doing. I think they exhausted themselves with this. They already knew they had an in with you. So they reached out. They communicated. We hang out. We get together. We get something to eat. Blah, blah, blah. Can we talk? What was the line they told you? Anybody want to comment over here? What's the line that they told you? Can we talk? Can I see you? Can I come over? One of them, right? And when you said yeah, man, you might have thought they were right outside the door. They got there so fast. Ain't never got there so fast, and the whole time you met them. Can't stop thinking about you. Where there's a will, there's a way. He can knock on your door. You ain't got a block on that. But they came in fast, really fast. They're like, oh yeah, because they believe that I'm the emperor. They believe that I'm that good. You can't resist me. Even with my mess ups, even with my mistakes, even with my bad choices and decisions. You know it's like that. You know I got it like that. For some of you, you held it together. The relationship that you were involved in was pretty much a relationship with yourself because you were the only one holding it together. You were the only one doing the things that were helping to hold this together. You were the glue to that relationship. But it got tiring and the shit got old. And it took a while for some of you. For some of you, this took months. For some of you, this took years. For some of you, you're still going through it. Aries. Aries. Now, for those of you who have already gone through this and you're already still apart from them, like they backed up, There's distance. There's maybe no communication. For some of you, maybe they're calling or texting every once in a while, but nothing's on a regular basis. It's very inconsistent. For some of you, this hasn't happened yet. For some of you, it's coming this way. So either you're dealing with an Aries, and that's happening, or you're doing this, or it's the other way, and this is happening to an Aries. And you're the Aries that's getting hurt. Either the Aries that's hurting people or a person, or you're the Aries that's getting hurt. I don't know no way to know unless I did a private reading on you. So, around the corner in the month of August comes an opportunity for you to have a new beginning and a fresh start. This could actually work. Somebody's claiming to have changed or done something different, or they're doing something different, or they've walked away from somebody else, and now they're free for you. Now they want to give you their undivided attention. Choices and decisions. Are you going to let them come in? Are you going to believe them when they do? Are you going to be able to trust them? Are you really going to be able to put your guard down and trust them? Are you going to believe what they tell you? When they say they got to work overtime, are you going to believe that? When they say they have to go see a family member, help somebody out, help a friend out, are you going to believe that? Careful. It's difficult. Love is not easy. It's definitely a work in progress every day. And once you get love, to hold on to it, you have to maintain it. Maintenance is involved in everything. So for some of you, got back together. For some of you who this hasn't happened yet, looks like you're going to come back together. Looks like you're going to try to work it out again. Looks like somebody's claiming that they're holding you to the highest level. They're putting you up on a pedestal. They're adoring you and worshiping you and paying such close attention to you. They're complimenting you. They're spending a lot of time with you. They've been coming over a lot, or this already happened. Started giving you a whole lot of attention. For some of you, you may have went to a church. You may have tried to set something up. You may have talked about engagements. You may have took that next step. For some of you, this card could represent there was a third party still going on, and you found out about it, and then things were kind of messed up. Because that person, when they came back, said that they were going to share with you. Only with you. There's only 2 cups here. One for them, one for you. They said they were going to share with you. When you found out differently, for a lot of you, it's created a lot of worry, and you began to do the only thing you could do was to try to manifest and to meditate and to think about them and try to work on ESP and send them messages and ask them to call you. Please call you. Please ring my phone. Please send a text message. That's what you kept saying. Some of you took it so hard. Some of you still taking it really hard. Some of you don't know how you're going to pull each and every sword out of your back. It's like if you pull these swords out, as long as the swords are in your back, you're going to remember what happened. You're going to remember what they did. You're going to remember how painful it was. But you'll be okay. You pull those swords out so that you can get re-stuck again. As soon as you pull those swords out, you're going to bleed bad. Because when the swords are stabbing you or in you, yeah, they're hurting. Yeah, they're puncture wounds. But as long as they're in there, they're keeping those main arteries closed, so you're not going to bleed to death. Did you take out them swords? 10 of them? You take out all them swords, and you're going to have to deal with each sword, with each incident, with each pain, each event that led up to all the stuff that happened. Now, a lot of you, even though you were knocked down, even though you felt like lower than the curb, right? You felt used. You felt neglected. You felt unimportant. You felt devalued. You felt devastated. You felt ugly. You felt not good enough. You felt lonely and sad. And you felt like you weren't being treated fairly. You wanted to know why you're being punished for loving somebody and giving all that you had to that person, Aries, only to be slapped in the face. And for some of you, literally slapped in the face. Some time may have gone past. Like I said, for some of you, you might got back together. You might have. For some of you, you might got back together and found out there was still a third party going on and it just didn't work out. For some of you now, you might be still waiting to hear from this person. But that last argument that you had, that last fight, was pretty bad. That last fight really put you at odds with them, their friends, your mutual friends, their family. Some of you might have gotten pregnant by accident. Well, not accident, because you knew you weren't using protection and it just happened. But it didn't just happen. Like, you knew you could take that risk. A lot of you weren't afraid to, because you loved them so much that you wanted to have their child. I ain't mad at you for it, and I'm not judging you. But you got a long life ahead of you. And I hope that that person comes around, takes on their responsibilities, and treats you right, one way or the other. For some of you, you're still waiting for them to come. You're hoping and you're praying. Because for some of you, you're looking around and you don't see anything that's really making you happy. Or you're not seeing anything or anyone that you want to get involved with. For a lot of you, it's just that, you know what, you got burnt so bad. You just really don't want to try that again. For a lot of you, things are so hurting. They're still hurting so bad. For a lot of you, you could be dealing with the initial D. You could be dealing with the initial R. You could be dealing with the initial K. You could be dealing with the initial S. Some of you J. Some of you A. Wow, almost every letter. Some of you T. And some of you O. Now, for some of you, not a whole lot, just like a handful of you, once this happened, you left. You're like, you know what? I am not doing this again. Nope. Some of you might have moved on and are dating somebody different. And you're still trying to make that work. But sometimes you're thinking about someone from the past. Yep, Aries, you're thinking about that one person. The one that really, really stuck it to you good and hurt you. Because you were invested in that. When you invest yourself, it's different. For a lot of you, you're still focused on what happened. You're still focused on the pain. You're not healed enough yet to move on to another person because you haven't gotten to the point where you can forgive them. So, when you can forgive them is when you don't wish them bad anymore. When you don't wish that they get what they would, pretty much what they deserve. Get what they put out. Karma biting them in the ass. When you get to that point that you just want to forgive them and walk away, that's when you know you're ready to move on. But when you're still feeling that anger, that resentment, that disgust, and you're still living in the pain, if you can think about it right now and it still hurts like hell, you're not ready. First, don't try to go with somebody new yet. I know you don't want to be alone, but don't try that, Aries. Don't try that. Aries, you're going to look things over for a little while, especially in the month of August. A lot of you are going to focus on family. Are you going to focus on friends? You're going to focus on your money. You're going to focus on your job. Some of you at schooling as well. You're going to just try to keep busy socially with your family and friends. That doesn't mean you're not going to think about them. It doesn't mean that. But you're definitely going to think things over. Some of you are going to come to a decision because some of you are just dying to have them come back to you, because some of you believe that your destiny is in fact this. Some of you do believe that justice will prevail, that things will balance out, that you'll get treated fairly, that somebody will come back and apologize, that somebody will want to do that new beginning. A lot of you want to believe that they wouldn't leave you out in the cold again, that they wouldn't shut the door on you, that they wouldn't walk away. A lot of you do believe there's new growth and opportunity in front of you. Maybe some of you heard something through your group of friends that are same friends as they have, that this person's been wanting to talk about you, or wanting to talk to you, or has been talking about you, has been bringing your name up. It's like they're warning you, somebody's warning you that they want to talk. For some of you, there's a lot of tears going to be involved. This card can be a lot of crying, something that's overwhelming, emotional overload. For some of you, it's pretty much during the healing process. Maybe if this person does come back and things are good for a minute. Now, for some of you, it could work out. I'm going to give it a percentage that maybe 10% out of 100, 10% would apologize, change things up, and make it work because they really want to. But for some of you, this card is tears. And for some of you, this card could be joy, an overwhelming amount of joy. Like, I didn't never think this could work out. I wouldn't have thought in my wildest days that they would come back, that they'd say they're sorry. For some of you, your person just took what they wanted and they left. And they went to the next person and did the same thing. For some of you, the relationship has to end in order for you to get where you need to be. I know it's scary when there's an ending. I get it. I know it's horrifying to have to start over, meet somebody new, get used to somebody. Teach them about you and your ways and what you like and what you don't like. For some of you, you're going to have boundaries in front of you. Somebody's going to have to work pretty damn hard to get back in because of what they've done. For some of you, you're like, nope. You know what? Talk is cheap. Show me. Show me how you feel. Show me what you're going to do. Don't tell me. Show me. A lot of you might get an apology with flowers. You might. It's very possible. For some of you, there is an offer that's going to come in. Oh, there is. It's going to make you feel like the fool because you're going to take risks and you're going to want to. You're going to risk your heart again because you want to be in love with this person. You want them to love you. And sometimes, excuse me, it's more about just wanting the acceptance, just wanting the approval, not so much the person. But that person denied me. That person ignored me. That person walked away from me. They created this challenge in you. And now for some of you, be careful. Don't mix up a challenge with real love. Don't mix it up. You'll know the difference. Excuse me. I'd take a drink. For some of you, the person that you're with, they weren't sure if the grass was greener on the other side. Some of you, this person just kind of wanted to get their feet wet. They just wanted to test it out. They just wanted to test ride. They just wanted to see how it was going to be. But for some of you, this person was just going to rent. They weren't interested in buying. They weren't interested in making a purchase or an investment. So during the month of August, you're going to give a lot of things a try. Some of you are going to give a new job a try. Some of you are going to go back to school. Some of you are going to try just hanging out with your friends and not dating for a while. You're taking the time out. You're just trying to trust in your own self and your own energies and focus on you right now. I get it. For some of you, it's all about your money. Right now, it's like, you know what? I gave that person everything I had. I helped them out. I paid their bills. I did so much for them. And now this time, I'm holding on to my money. I got to make up for what I've lost. Not only did I lose mentally and emotionally and physically, now I've lost financially. And I need to put my stacks back. Mm-hmm. Some of you need to be careful because there's still something not quite right. Be careful. Use caution. Somebody still has somebody they're trying to impress, or they have other options, okay? Other options that they may make another offer to and leave you out again. Be careful. Some of you really need to focus on where you are now, how you've already gotten through the hardest parts of the breakup. It's just an adjustment here, and now you kind of need to get over this next hurdle. So keep looking closely at what you have currently and trust and believe on whether or not you're willing to take the risk to lose it again. Some of you are really going to need to find your strength in a situation that's coming up in the month of August because somebody's going to tempt you. They're going to show you that it can be great. They're going to say, you know what? Look, see, it's a fresh start. You can see there's growth here. There's opportunity. You're going to be stuck having to make this decision. A decision that has the moon in it. A decision. Be careful. The waters can get rough. You're going to have to go through the different obstacles. You see how the stones are here. So a boat can't get through very easily. It has to maneuver around things. Are you willing to keep maneuvering? Are you willing to keep dealing with some stuff? Or would you like to accept the ending for what it is, the way that it is, without any other closure, without any other meaningful things, and just move on? Take the lessons you've learned, don't go through them again, and move forward so that you can have a new beginning. Don't keep looking back at something that didn't work out the way you thought it would. Because at the end of the day, even if you won the battle, you didn't win the war. You just won the battle. In other words, you didn't win their heart. You won a night with them, you won a few nights with them, you won a few weeks with them, but you didn't win the whole thing. Be careful. For some of you, if you can separate yourself and keep yourself strong, use the strength card. Some of you, new love will come out of the blue. There'll be a new opportunity. But some of you, I feel like you're hoping that that new love is a new beginning with that other person. This person may have had drinking issues or drug issues, or cheating issues, or porn issues, or other addictions. Be really careful. The universe is handing you all these tools, including this video, to pay attention to see if this is making sense to you. The universe is saying, listen, I've got something way better to offer you than he does. Which one would you rather have? This one that's full of risk? This one could be full of pain, hurt, something that could try to destroy you. Or this one, which will bring you love, blessings, balance, stability, trust. This one will steal your trust, will steal your air, will steal your breath. Not that hard to weigh it out, is it? You have decisions to make. You're going to have to look it over. Each one of you are going to have to look at it in a different way. A lot of you are hoping, and there is some blessings coming. There is good things coming. And for those of you who are choosing not to go back to the devil, somebody is going to come through. Somebody is going to be right for you to balance out, to give you exactly what you're offering. You're going to offer love. They're going to give you love back. This is the Sun card coming in to bless this situation. Then there'll be a celebration. Then, once your partner finds out that you're with somebody else, oh, message is coming real quick then. Oh. Now what? Go back with them and you get the tower moment. I ain't making this shit up. Now, be careful. Be careful. Even though the tower's in reversed. For some of you, it's because it already happened. But for some of you, this tower is coming. So be careful. Somebody still had options and they didn't tell you. Somebody's being sneaky. Somebody's trying to find their way. Now, this could be you trying to find your way through this dark situation, through these troubling times, trying to find your way to the door to get out. Some of you are just trying to get back on your path again. Some of you are trying to just get back the person that you were before you met them. For a lot of you, what goes around comes around. Somebody's going to find that out. For others of you, this could be never ending. And for some of you, well, there's going to be a repeat of something. I'm hoping that it's a repeat of the first time you met when things were good, not a repeat of the second time that you just broke up and got back together. And that's what they're going to try. I need you to keep your strength here, Aries. I need you to stay strong and be the empress that you are. Think about it before you decide whether or not to take that cup. Be really careful. For some of you, there's going to be infinite possibilities. There's going to be somebody that's going to be outstanding for you. Somebody who's going to truly stand out in a crowd. Somebody who wants to show you that I'm the one for you, not the other person. So take your time making this decision. A lot of you are going to say pretty much that I'm not crying because of you. You're not worth it. I'm crying because my delusions of who I thought you were shattered. They're just completely shattered by the truth of who you really are. I always thought of you as somebody who would never, ever betray me or hurt me. But you did. And when somebody hurts you and you tell them that they hurt you, they don't get to decide whether they did or didn't. They don't get to decide whether you take them back or not. A lot of you definitely want to say, I wish I could hurt you the way you hurt me. I wish so bad that I could hurt you the way you hurt me. But if you had the chance, if you could, if you were given that opportunity, I bet you wouldn't. Because that's not who you are. See, that's why it hurts you so bad. Because of what they did. Because you can't even imagine that, because you would have never done that. So, for a lot of you, stay strong in yourself. Believe in you. Know that you are truly the gift in the relationship. If they didn't treat you like you were a precious gem, then they don't deserve you. Because in order to keep you, they have to maintain you. And to maintain you doesn't mean to keep diamonds on your hands and gold on you. It means to love you, to respect you, to not put their hands on you. It means to treat you as an equal. It means for you to be their princess and for them to protect you like their queen and for them to be your king. For a lot of you, Aries, on the collective side of this, you've been through this situation either with this person before or with another situation. You're questioning why the same thing keeps happening. What are you allowing in your relationship to keep happening? We have to own our own shit too, Aries. Okay? People can't keep hurting you if you don't let them back. People can't keep hitting you if you didn't stop it in the first place, or put a restraining order, or call the police, or have them arrested, or avoid them altogether. Whatever the situation may be, we have to own our own shit too on what we allow to keep happening. Okay? But the first time in, they got no business disrespecting you. For a lot of you, Aries, during the month of August, it's going to be about a lot of renewal. It's going to be about a wake-up call. It's going to be about seeing things in a different way. But mostly, it's going to kind of be about them not being worth it in the long run. Because, see, the difference is, Aries, you didn't need them. You wanted them. But you didn't need them. See, and they got that twisted. They got that mixed up. When you ignore something, eventually it's going to go away. I promise you that. So, with that being said, that's Aries for August 2021. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I thought it was kind of cool. I thought it was pretty deep. I thought the collective was pretty nice on top for the icing on the cake. Hope you guys enjoy this. I'm going to post it up now. And maybe I'll come back and do one more sign. What sign do you think that'll be? So we just did a fire sign. So it's only fair now that I do either an air sign, a water sign, or an earth sign. So I think I can get one more left in me. Pretty sure I can do one more. So if you want to come back on in and follow me for the next one, don't forget to make your comments here below. Please hit the like button. Please share this as many times as you can share this so that I can get my subscribers up as well. I appreciate all of your help. And here we go. Round 2.